Welcome back to another episode of the Todos Toman podcast. We're finally back.
All of
As a
us.
podcast, we're back. All of us are back. It's been a minute and a half, I would say.
Oh yeah, a minute and a half, dude. Over a month, dude, that we've all been together.
You see it.
See, pero there was no sickness that kept everybody down today. Like Tank is fighting some sort of bug. Miguel has been busy.
I just
cleaning
I
up
just want to
sickness.
say I could have easily used my sick time, dude. But pues, I was like,
By law, dude, you have sick time, dude.
by law, dude.
You cannot get fired, dude. So
Exactly,
Oh,
dude.
dude, I'm worried, dude.
what?
So, pasó una mosca, and like I just swatted it, right? And that motherfucker landed in my cup. I'm like, no, no. So like,
I
got
think you
me
screamed,
la
dude. That's a lie.
mano, dude. I would like to see you que te preparaste un café de olla, así chingón de McDonald's, dude. Shout out to my boy Rome that put me on that shit, dude.
Really?
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, el K-cup?
Yeah, the
K-cup
K-cup ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y pues le puse tequila, dude. So I'm like really excited. Y que le caiga una pinche mosca, and like you're over there trying to fight it so para que no se vaya abajo.
That's
So I'm
true,
like,
dude.
just like, fuck.
All hot and shit, dude.
Dude, I know that motherfucker touched it, dude. I know it fell in there, dude. Pero pues, if we go by 5 seconds rule, I think
Did it take
I
a
got
shit
it
on
Hundred
your?
percent, it
like-
didn't happen, dude.
Did it take a shit on your coffee? That's the question.
it- it- estaba nadando, güey. Estaba así la pinche mosca.
Then it
así,
should be
like-
floating, dude. It should be floating on the coffee.
Oh, ya la saqué, dude. Pero
Okay.
like,
I'm talking about the shit, but bueno.
oh, pues, I'm like this going like this, dude. Like I got poquito on my keyboard, dude. I was like, fuck. Pero pues
It's all good.
you know what? Le voy a poner
Pretend.
un poquito más alcohol porque el alcohol mata
Desinfecta,
la
dude.
bacteria, right?
Desinfecta,
Según.
dude. No,
Mata
no.
la caca, ¿no?
Sí.
Según.
But chicos, let's not get off track, no? Ya sabemos que Tank has a beautiful ass drink that he made at house, in house. I
Oh,
want to know what
boy.
everybody's drinking, dude. Go ahead, Tank.
A freshly squeezed orange soda, dude.
Oh,
Orange soda, güey. Porque está enfermo, so el orange, so you can get your vitamin C.
Vitamin C, dude. Exactly,
Yes.
dude.
is he orange soda for real?
Sí, it's orange soda, dude. Freshly
You know-
squeezed, dude.
You know what I thought, dude? You know what I thought? Porque hay los Alka-Seltzer like flu, like
Oh,
now,
yeah.
you know?
Oh,
And they look like that, like
Exactly
orange.
like that,
Yeah.
dude, fun fact, dude. Fun fact. This pinche Alka-Seltzer is the flu. When I'm in a certain point sick, if I take those, haz de cuenta que tomé Viagra, dude.
Damn.
I don't know how it works, dude. But
I
it's
don't
like,
know if the thirsties want to know
it's
that,
a
dude.
certain point. Hey,
Damn.
or if they want to try it, they're like, you know what? I'm curious. El Viagra está caro. Don't get el doctor. Let me pop in some Alka-Seltzer, dude. But it has to be the
God damn.
severe cold. The orange, I think the orange flavor, or the orange flavor.
I don't believe you, dude, but I do have one there. I'm just gonna try it just for research purposes, just to see like what effect it has on me. I'm not sick. I have runny nose for whatever reason, but I'm not sick yet.
Oh, ahora resulta, ¿no?
No.
Dude, like the first time, like it's something that, like, obviously like I knew what happened the first time that Cassie was like, "You know que traes?" I was like, "Well, you see, I took this." She didn't believe me. Next time I got sick, I took another one. Yeah, pues she was
Miguel,
like,
ya no te enfermes, Miguel, ya.
"Al contrario, dude." She would buy the bulk packages, dude.
Damn.
The paquetotes, dude. She was like she's like, cuando alguien está enfermo, like, haz de cuenta como, like, you know, the little kids cuando for the chicken pox, que te juntaban para que te diera chicken pox, dude. That'd be Cassie, like, vete ya a ver si te enfermas poquito.
Damn. She can't wait for him to get sick.
You see, she
That's
was
the
like,
thing, dude.
yes.
You
Se
guys-
salía, de,
That's a-
se salía de bañar, ¿no? Y lo mandaba afuera, like, oh, sí me puedes traer esto de acá.
In the cold, dude. for
Deja
sure.
agarro mi chamarra. No, así rápido.
No,
Así vete, you know.
Descalzo.
Sí.
Hey, you
Wow,
found a
what-
loophole in the system, dude. It's cheaper than Blue Chew.
But damn. You see? Maybe.
dude.
I don't know. Haven't tried it yet, dude. Miguel, what are you drinking? Since I know you said you were sick last week, we didn't record, guys, porque the Guerreros wanted PTO, so we obviously
Aha.
authorized it.
Aha.
I said I was down. I was down. Let me know if we were gonna, save it for today. And you guys said, yeah, we'll save it for today. So, I had my little GIF ready, dude. I was just waiting to press send, and exactly
Dude,
what happened.
that shit's hilarious. Like, are we doing it or not? Because I got my GIF ready. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
we
dude.
haven't even say yes or no yet.
I was
Yeah, like, my GIF is ready.
Romero with his GIF del monkey, dude, with the like all pissed off, aventando la.
Toda la computadora.
Damn. Pero va, Miguel, what do you got? What are you drinking?
But dude, so I'm drinking a Mosca free, dude.
Ooh,
Café de
Mosca
olla.
free, dude. That's catchy, dude.
Café de olla de McCafe, the K cups. Like Rome was the one that put me on them. Like I told him I wanted café de olla. Like I really like it. I don't get to drink it as often. He's like, dude, get the McDonald's, the K cups, the café de olla. It's really good. I was like, how good could it be, dude? It is
That's pretty
really good,
Mhm.
and like it will definitely feel that craving in café de olla. So, and to pair it off, un poquito de chica chida, dude, peanut butter tequila, dude. You know, like
I fuck with that, dude.
y una mosquita que le haya caído, pero pues
Pa'l sabor,
ya
pa'l
se le
sabor.
sacó, dude. Ya, pues, para,
And
¿cómo se dice? Para ser auténtica como en México, dude. Ya ves que pasaban los moscos en los tacos, dude.
Por
So,
todo, dude. I was gonna ask you to use your employee discount, dude. That's the question.
Ooh.
so I do not get employee discounts on that, dude.
That's fucked up, dude.
I
McDonald's
know,
did something.
dude. I
Better,
gotta talk to them. I gotta be like, hey guys, first of all, like,
You drop it in the suggestion box, dude.
dude, I seen the menu que tiene McDonald's in Mexico. It is very different than the one here. I am surprised they do not have a McTorta and they do not have a McTaco. Surprised. They have a lot of other dishes, pero like they have the the sponge, las galletas.
Mm-mm.
No.
Like it's
The,
just
the McFlurry thing?
yeah. There's a McFlurry the
I
sponge,
saw that.
which is those cookies que son como de marshmallow. There's like pink and
And
what
white.
is it? Pink and white in cuadritos.
Arcoiris?
No.
No,
If Romero was to see it, he'll know what it is.
yeah, but like they have their own McFlurry there, so dude, they fucking look good, dude.
Yeah, son galletas mexicanas, dude, and they have like little sponges. Parecen como esponjitas, así como like little.
Yeah,
Like little
Ahorita Romero la va a
Yes.
sacar. ¿Sí?
Sí, la voy a-
Arcoíris.
porque es arcoíris, se llaman arcoíris.
A ver.
arcoiris.
Damn,
Nada más
¿cómo
que
no
les
somos?
falta cultura, muchachos, perdón.
No sé.
I mean, que no se llama sponge or something like that, dude.
¿No se llama
I know
esponjas? ¿No?
Esponjas. Bob Esponjas, no.
Sí.
Son estas, ¿no?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Those
Son
are
esas.
it, dude.
Arcoíris.
Yeah, dude. Let me see. Damn, I feel bad, dude. Romero me dijo que me falta cultura, dude.
Sí, yeah.
I've never been offended
Es
like
que
that.
estos son de Oreos para arriba,
Es
¿no?
que
manches?
las de sponge son de marinela.
Ah,
So
entonces
it's the same
existe.
ones. Nada más que arcoíris a ti son de gamesa, ¿no?
Estas son de gamesa, sí.
¿Ves? Te digo,
Qué
that's only
cultura,
different.
¿no? Qué cultura, ¿no? Dice Miguel. Hay pinche cultura. That's funny, dude. Va, Romero, what you got going on, even though we already know, pero pues introduce it.
Aquí están.
Mira, ultras.
Unas ultras.
Leve la cosa, dude.
Algo tranquilo. Espérate,
Algo
nada más que
tranquilo.
me toma como 10 minutos en abrir. Las hubiera abierto antes de tiempo. Pero.
Y sí. Call Carla, dude.
Dude, you don't know how much you use your pinky to like balance and use force in your hand.
Pero no sería
No,
mejor
no.
agarrar como uno. Well, I just have it here, it's just random. I mean, uno de estos así, como like a bottle opener.
Sí,
Just
yo
kinda
por
like,
aquí
cling.
también tenía, por aquí.
Una
pero no sé
llave,
dónde
dude.
está.
Kind of just make
¿Qué
it
hizo?
simple on yourself.
Las tijeras, ¿no?
¿Qué dice
Las
Romero?
tijeras.
Like everybody talks about the thumb, but nobody appreciates the pinky, no?
That is true, dude. That is true. When you are hurt for whatever reason, I mean, Miguel was hurt in the knee, and he, we use our feet every damn time. Pero who would have thought that you had, I guess, like Romero said, the pinky's used for such, I guess, a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of something that besides my teeth.
Ya cuando tomas su té, Romero ya más está así de, so he has to go with the next finger, no? Like,
Bye, guys. So just
What do
keep
you
it
got?
going. I just got water, dude. I got water. My little Stanley.
Ooh.
I heard Tank wasn't gonna drink, so I was like, let me join him. I don't want him to be by himself.
Ay, no,
Trying to be a good friend, dude. That's all, dude. No, nothing big. You're welcome, Tank. No, guess huh?
Ay,
Pero yeah, guys. Let's get it started, dude. So
pues
Salud.
cheers, no?
Salud.
Ya
Ahora sí,
sabía.
como no está tomando, ya.
Ya, relax. Qué rica wasabi. Qué rica wasabi, ¿no? So before we started the podcast, we were talking to Miguel. Miguel has maybe some news. We haven't shared it, Miguel. We did do
Oh
an
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We did do an episode, me and Romero by ourselves, 2 weeks ago, and we did say that
Mhm.
you weren't around because for personal matters. So we didn't discuss personal stuff for you from obviously you. So if you want to share with the public, you're
Oh
more than welcome.
yeah, dude. Que las Chivas le ganó la América 2-1, dude.
That's very true, dude. That's a true fact, dude. Lo perdió también.
I'm not gonna lie. I was so tempted, and nada más que me dio flojera, like to like get the audio for the Las Chivas. Luckily for Rome, the almost even if I would have gotten it, I logged into the wrong account, and I don't have the
You
admin
wouldn't be
access
able
right
to do
now.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, so like I have to log out, log back in through one of my other Google accounts. Pero no, so I did recently buy a house, so I am a homeowner now, dude.
Very good.
And
Proud of you.
thank you, dude, thank you. I did not know las chingas que es ser homeowner, especially right in the beginning, dude,
Mhm.
where it's like I haven't even fully moved all the furniture in, porque like it's just been like casi it's like, hey, la primera semana vamos a limpiar the whole house, and I was like, to me, it's like the house look clean, but she does very thoroughly clean, which is where I got sick from the tanto polvo and shit. So I thought, originally I thought it was like, oh, like I got like the,
Ah,
¿cómo se llama?
entonces
You
ya
did it on
sabemos,
purpose,
dude.
dude. Did it on purpose.
Sí, fue plan con maña.
Y sí, dude, ahí,
New house.
les digo, dude, les digo.
No, no, no hay
La-
aspiradora, Miguel. We have to smell all the dust, dude.
He's a snorting, no,
Here's a broom, dude.
pero te digo, like, so, like, yeah, at first I was like, all right, it's just del polvo, like, me enfermé, it's like, whatever. Then my dad was sick. Pero, dude, las chingas es de, I don't have a lawnmower, so, like, Cassie's dad's like, oh, pues I have an old lawnmower I don't use, se los puedo dar. I did not know it was they told me it's a push one. Yo en mi cabeza now that pues todos son push, todos like, you start off the engine, you push it. No, dude, it's the old ass ones de metal, dude, que le empujas y va pasando las navajas y lo va
Little blade.
cortando, dude. Oh, dude, that shit is it's a mission to cut, dude. Y pues, there's this massive pool there. I've never had a pool, never in my life. I don't even know how to take care of a pool, dude. Uh, I had to consult with our good friend, Angel, dude, porque I was like, hey,
Oh,
dude,
he did, yeah.
¿cómo chingados la hago para la alberca? So he was trying to explain to me through text. He's like, you know what? You live like 10 minutes away. He pulled up. He was like, we went through everything. Me quiso enseñar, but it is so hard to learn where it's like, esto conecta esto y esto without actually doing it, right?
Hmm.
Y pues the previous homeowners never used the pool, so that shit was all green. Parecía Lake Michigan, dude. But all the algae and shit, I was like, fuck. Y me dice, he's like, you guys have to clean that shit, right? I don't know how to fucking clean it. He's like, oh, pues se pone una aspiradora to the pump. But no está la pump. He's like, yeah, so you have to do it by hand. I'm like, how the fuck do I
Shit.
do it by hand?
Yeah.
He's like, pues yeah. Me dijo like the basics of like, you know what? At this point, winterize that bitch, cúbrela. You're done for this year. Next year, I still outside pelada because you got to remove all the algae, remove all the nasty water. Fucking mosquitoes are incredibly bad over there, dude.
Hmm.
Me puse like that mosquito repellent. Haz de cuenta que like no me puse nada, me puse agua.
Retracted them.
Bro, those fucking mosquitoes don't play over there, pinches mosquitoes over there. Like I was like, goddamn, dude. Um, but yeah, dude, like it's a pretty chill neighborhood, pretty um pues calmados, like it's like bien calmados, like I don't have to deal with a lot of like noise and stuff, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty está chido, dude. Pero pues ahorita like lo que es the cleaning, the cambiando all the locks. I don't like now I understand like like oh like oh lo que es un cambiar un lock and every fucking ya ves que está la puerta, está the screen door, está all this. I was like, got that you gotta change all those locks, and then it's like, all right, then the locks in the back, then the locks for
Mhm.
the garage, and then like, oh, like the gate no tiene lock, anybody could open it, so like ponle un candado, pues ahí ingeniándomela como pude para poner un candadito, and then like, oh, like spraying the fuck because the grass was big, so like and there was two. Haz de cuenta que la pinche selva, dude. Like, there's snakes out there. There's
Oh
like,
shit.
but it's like little garden snakes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like there's snakes. There's a bunch of grasshoppers, a bunch of fucking spiders, a bunch of everything. So, like spraying that fucking con la manguera, which I've never done this shit where like se conecta la manguera to this big ass
Mm-hmm.
fucking thing, se le abre, you spray that fucking yard, dude. So like I sprayed it twice already, like spraying the whole house con este insecticida por fuera. Um, dude, it's a hassle, dude. Like I am so tired, and I was telling my dad today, ya entendí, like porque ya ves que cuando you're little, you're like, oh, your dad probably wants a gift card from Home Depot. He wants probably like tools, and I was like, what kind of dad just wants? Nah, dude, fuck this, dude. Like, uh,
Si me quieren hacer un regalito,
dude, lo que te gastas Home Depot, dude. Shit, dude. Like, I'm like, you know what? Gift cards for Home Depot are heavy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And there is never a like, oh, pues voy a comprar esto y ya hasta aquí se acabó. Like, hell no, dude. Siempre sale algo, dude.
Mm-hmm. Y lo que te falta, dude, me imagino.
No, no me falta un chingo, dude. Nada más que pues, en que I'm taking breaks porque está enfermito, dude. Porque Cassie's like, like, so the crawl space is not that, está limpio. Limpio. Like, there's dirt and stuff. And
Mhm.
pero in essence es, pues está limpio, right? But she quiere que estire ahí abajo, which I'm gonna die because I have asthma and I have all this shit. So, like, I'm waiting till I get better so I could go under there, aspirar, and then die again, right? So,
Die again.
nomás
Dude.
quieres tu Alka-Seltzer, tú no mientas.
Yeah, dude.
oh,
Yes.
dude,
She has that shit ready, no?
oh, dude, like,
She's gonna greet you with orange soda. No? Real tank, dude. Dude, so you've been a homeowner for how long? 2 weeks now?
el 29 de last month,
August.
so like, yeah, like 16, 17 days.
Okay. When is the official move-in date? Like, I know it's already yours. You got the keys. You've been fixing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific day you're like, okay, this is it, hasta aquí?
So we're planning for it to be between this week and next week. Porque like so I'm everything that's in this room lo voy a sacar de aquí, right? Porque this room is no longer going to be the podcast room, dude.
Right.
This room here is not going to be Tank's bedroom, dude.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude.
Tank.
Tank's moving on up, dude.
It's,
He's,
it's technically the podcast. Are you gonna record from their tank or
Ya, también.
También.
de
Ah,
su
ese
cama
se
bien
queda igual, ¿no?
sepsi?
sí,
Ah,
sí,
huevo.
dude, ahí
Tú
va en la cama, ¿no?
Te llevas tus,
Calzones.
sí, te llevas tus posters y tu lámpara, Tank, para que
Y sí,
so we could be familiarized with the room, para que no se nos haga raro, dude, porque de repente un cambio así, dude, puede, it could just change a lot.
Ahí va a estar Tank pintando el cuarto de Rosita, ¿no?
Sí, güey. Putting up the fucking posters.
Dude, well,
Sí.
I mean, congrats, Miguel. It's a big step. It's an important step, and I mean, like, dude, you're gonna start getting excited, like you said. Like, you'll start getting excited when somebody gives you tools.
Oh,
Cuando
hell yeah.
digas, voy a ir a comprar una new lawnmower, dude. You're gonna feel like. At the beginning of the summer, we ended up buying a lawnmower. Ours, we ended up giving it to my dad. And we ended up buying the electric lawnmower, like
Ajá.
the battery packs. And I was like, ya me sentí ahí bien pinche Huicho Domínguez ahí cortando mi pasto, dude, bien.
Yeah.
hasta le aventabas tantitos dólares, ¿no? En front para que te den pasarle con la máquina.
Hasta
Sí,
el me seguía derecho y no, pues I won't stop here, me sigo derecho con el neighbor y todo, dude.
You still had, no? 60% of you left on your battery, dude?
Like, I went to Home Depot. No, shits and giggles. I went to go see like the sitting lawnmowers. Ya vi el precio y ya pues ya dije, no, ya no, güey. Ya
No.
$3,000 por una pinche sitting lawnmower. I was like, no,
Yeah, that's
mejor
crazy.
yo mismo la empujo con esa de metal for now, dude. So
For now,
sirve que
dude.
es cardio,
It
dude.
was
Bajo de
yeah.
peso, you know, like get my steps in, boy.
Ahí sí, dude. Te sirve también a ti, dude.
Hey, dude,
Ah,
but
yeah.
more importantly, dude, does it have a drive-through? O por dónde vas a vender las hamburguesas, güey?
Oh.
It does have a big driveway, dude. Pinche huge ass driveway, dude.
Does it really? I know you said your backyard's pretty big too.
So the backyard, that's okay. The backyard is big, dude. Like, so like originally when and I'll share this, right? So we were looking for houses for like 3-4 months, right? And it almost felt like we were very close to giving up for this year and being like, hey, let's just start over next year. Porque like there's a seasonal period, right? Usually people tend to sell their houses when kids get out of school because nobody really wants to move in or move out cuando the kids are already in school because you got to take them out and todo el pedo, ¿verdad? So that's
My
what we're
mom would
told.
my mom would disagree, but okay.
You will
My
move
mom
at any
didn't.
time of the year.
My mom didn't care, dude. She didn't, dude. But yeah. But that's a good
and
point, though.
yeah, and so they were like, we were close to giving up, and like I had sent Rome a house where it was like, hey, we went fucking full on hard on una casa, right? Like it was over there in Midlothian. Like, dude, the house is fucking beautiful, right? Nada más que, pues, when we lost it, we were like, all right, como que like everything se fue para
On
abajo.
right next to it. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
was
like
fishing, to Miguel's backyard, dude.
yeah, they were like after like como seis casas que like pusimos ofertas that I actually signed for. Porque hubo varias que puse oferta, pero pues they were like I didn't even get to sign because they're like, oh, ya se vendió, or like, oh, they're not taking offers anymore. Cualquier
Yeah.
cosa. So it was a very lengthy process, pero like I finally understand cuando dicen like la casa que es patita, like you'll find it.
Como nunca la
Because
mataste, ¿eh? ¿No mientas? ¿Ya vi la mosca?
Yeah,
oh, this is a whole different one, dude. I'll show you the other one. It's aquí, dude. Aquí está.
Aquí no.
Aquí la tengo like it's like a tea bag, not just like but no, digo, like I finally understand lo que dicen. Ya ves que, when they say like, oh, when you find your house, you'll know. Like, esta casa, like,
This was it?
so we went to go look at it. Right now, it was not a buyer's market; it was a seller's market.
Hmm.
So that means you had to like up, like, como que subir las ofertas porque there was so many people que estaban
Interested?
yeah, they were interested in shit. So like una casa that was like, let's say 330, like you had to offer like 360, 365. And it algo que like I was not really a fond of. So I went to go look at this house. I was like, look, for the price, it's all right. Like I like the price, pero pues I already know I gotta go like fucking 15, 20 mil, 25 mil para arriba. So I was like, no vale la pena. But then they called us. They're like, hey, these people are desperate to sell, dude. Like, if you guys want it, you guys could get a deal. And I was like, holy shit, did they not call anybody else or que pedo? So then my idea was like, this bitch is haunted, right? There's a reason why nobody else is like,
Something
yeah,
happened.
it's a deal, right? Yeah, I was like, no. Like, like it is predominantly.
What's really under the pool, dude? That's the
Right,
question.
right. This neighborhood is predominantly Caucasian and Middle Eastern.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay. And the previous owner was he was Polish, right? I'm like, I know, like, I'm probably not the first person that he's like, oh yes, like you know, and then I say, wait, so I was very like curious of like, no, chinga su madre, hay un fantasma, there's something there, like, espanta en la noche, it's infested with rats. I went in with this thing like this house is hay algo. So what did I do, dude? Very bien inteligente, dude. Me llevé tanque para que la vaya a ver, dude. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm like, what do you think of this house? Text like, dude, for the deal that te la quieren ofrecer, está chingón. I'm like, but do you think it's haunted?
Oh, you
Text
took him
like,
for the vibes to see what.
hell yeah, dude. I took him
Yeah.
for the vibes, dude. I was
Loki,
like,
he's a medium on the side, no?
oh, dude.
No, 2x, 3x, más o menos, güey. Yeah, medium. Un medium is a long time ago, dude.
Ya pasó.
¡Ah, se mamó!
That's good. That was good then.
Pero yeah, te digo, like I took Tank approved of the house. I was like, okay, Cassie fell in love with it, Chiquis fell in love with it. I fell in love with the price after también,
Mhm.
pero todavía I still thought there was something. So Cassie tiene un hermano que like he tends to see a lot of stuff. So vino from Minnesota because we went to the Junior H concert and
Yeah.
he went there, dude. And I asked him like, hey, dude, can you do me a favor? I know you get scared. I know for him it's like, dude, this is my life. This is not a joke, right? And I was like, I understand that, but can you look around my house see if you see anything, dude? Because if you see anything, dude, you better tell me right
En los
now.
cuartos, ¿no? Ay, soy yo, ¿no?
Ahí.
Lo que querías, ¿no?
Lo que quiere.
Quería que se espantara, a ver si se espantaba, ¿no? Like you're right behind him just in case. See, to get a reaction out of him, dude.
Dude,
That's fucking torture, dude, for him.
Imagine.
I know
Do you
it.
see anything? Ay, Dios.
That's fucked up. Dude. I can't believe you did that to the poor guy. You could have died right there, you know, like a heart attack si había algo y te vale ver. Mientras tú estuvieras bien, ¿no? Y durmieras bien en la noche.
Oh, dude, I had to. Dude.
Oh, shit.
I was like, hey, te compro una cerveza at the Junior H concert. He was like, all right, say less, dude. Which, by the way, I gotta say, I told Cassie's mom que le hiciera como su altarcita a Junior H, dude, porque my boy también salió que he had like a kidney stone. So they had told him that he was probably not going to be able to drink for the concert. And he was like, fuck that. I had already said that I'm going to get pissed drunk. So I'm going to drink. A day before he went to his urologist, they're like, hey, you could drink. He went to this. Ese güey Romero, dude, se llevaría bien chingón, dude, porque
Damn.
he went over to my house. He was like, hey, dude, I'm ready. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, Cassie me dio las llaves. So they had one in the fridge. I opened it, it's 224s, right? And I was like, hey,
Ooh.
it's only me, you, and your friend drinking. 3 of us. Those 24, dude, that is way too much. He's like, no, y se van a acabar. And then his friend se trajo una botella de Bucanas.
Ooh.
Dude, se acabaron toda la cerveza. Like, la botella de
Dice,
Bucanas got
nos
halfway.
acabamos.
Okay, nos acabamos la cerveza. And then at the place, we were still drinking. Y de tanto brincar and everything, dude, that he fucking, the next day, he was still kind of drunk. He pissed that fucking la piedra, dude, y ni se dio cuenta, dude. So that's how I was like, oh,
shit.
yes, San Junior H, dude, que le hizo el milagro, dude, para...
Jesus Christ. I thought you were talking about Junior H. Que
It
he
is,
had the
yeah,
kidney stone.
No.
He had the kidney stone. Pero, yeah, el cuñado.
Que fue a tu
Yeah.
casa, ¿no?
Ah, sí.
I went- Now, what I didn't know is que Junior H
No,
también
man.
Junior H también es de Yuriria, dude. So
Oh,
then my
shit,
family
dude.
knows his family, dude. It
Por
could
ahí.
be, dude.
Por ahí se ven. Sí. Se conocen.
I did not know that.
Primos, dude, maybe.
Like,
Hey.
él es de technically es de un rancho que le pertenece a Yuriria. So like siempre ya ves que siempre se van para like the Yuriria, even though it's not a real huge city, but it's bigger than los pueblitos, dude.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know that either, and I was like, oh shit. When I found out, I was like, pues somos parientes, dude. Somos allá, somos hasta primos or something, dude.
You should have told them, dude. You should have had your sign, dude.
Dude, I was
But
trying, dude. I was
Junior
screaming
H,
it,
yo soy
pero
Miguel
pues no.
G.
Miguel G.
Dude, I was ready to be Miguel G, because especially pues ya ves que si me caso
Becky,
con
dude.
Becky G,
Becky.
she would be Becky G, I'll be Miguel G, dude. So like
Ooh.
I'm ready.
Meant
Dude.
to be, dude, right there, dude. That's a sign.
That's a
All
sign.
I'm saying, dude. All I'm
That's a
saying.
sign, dude. That's a fucking
Nada
sign.
más llévala a la casa primero para ver si ve cosas, dude. Si no,
Let her get a vibe, ¿no?
sí.
Dice, look at the put, nomás no te metas, porque
Sí,
I don't know what's safer, this pool or Lake Michigan, dude. I don't know what's safer.
She's not gonna fuck with that, dude.
Nah, she won't.
Pero bueno, chicos, let's keep it going. Congrats to Miguel. Everybody knows, yeah, he's a homeowner. It's difficult for him, but I'm assuming I'm not a homeowner yet. I do rent, and cualquier cosita que pasa aquí, hey, call the guy. He's like, hey, something's going on. No estoy viendo cosas, something's actually going on with the damn house. So come fix it up, and he'll come through.
But
Pero,
did you take somebody back to make sure you know ves cosas, dude?
you know what, dude? I did not.
I
did not.
That's where you
Tank's
gotta
not close to me, dude, and I don't have a cuñado that is gonna be able to do that, dude. So
I'm just telling you, te presto Tank, dude.
well,
mean, I've been over there, dude. It feels really peaceful, dude. Nunca se me subió el muerto ahí, dude. So we should be straight, dude.
There you go, dude.
There you go. I forgot Romero does suffer
Rome
from
did not
the.
end up in a closet, dude. So you're good, dude.
We're good. We're good. Okay.
Or maybe whatever's there is afraid of heights, dude. He pues, no se le quiere subir, dude.
That's very true, dude. That's very true. Está esperando que el Romero se le subiera.
No me tomé mi alcacer esa noche, dude.
Or se quiso subir una vez y vio como Romero se puso, so le dijo ya no.
Maybe,
ya
dude.
no, ¿verdad?
El muertito ahí nada más esperando a Romero, no volteándolo a ver.
Dice, ¿se me va a subir o no se me va a subir, eh?
Sí, bueno, ya bien ready, ¿no? Bye, chicos. So let's keep it moving. We haven't been on for 2 weeks, right? We did 2 weeks, and these 2 weeks have been kind of crazy.
Nah, we just skipped last week. We were on
2 weeks ago. You and I were on, but we didn't discuss. There wasn't nothing really to discuss. I'll be honest. We kind of winged it. I completely forgot what the hell we talked about, but we rolled out an episode. It was a 30-minute episode, and it was nice and easy. Pero we know a lot of things have been happening. We were talking to Romero. I was talking to Romero before the podcast started, before you guys came in. Obviously, the rates in Chicago have been something that's been talked about for quite some time already. By Mr. Trump. Pero I asked Romero, has he seen anything? Because I know he's heard reports, and I saw the video that he talked about. Maybe he wants to share. But have you, Guerrero, seen anything as far as have you guys seen the trucks, immigration, or anything like that, or no? Like yourself, physically?
I seen it? So I seen it, but not myself, right? I've seen it through the Ring app.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
So through the Ring app, le están poniendo photos and where they're at, where they spot them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I've seen them, and I noticed that estaban cerca by my house, and I was like, oh shit, they're getting really close to around that area. And I've found out that you can get your account blocked or something, or como castigado on the Ring app if you talk shit to people. Porque pues obviously everybody's anonymous in that app, so people ponen lo que quieran. So I get upset. Yeah, pretty much, dude. Dude, míralo.
Yeah, that's that time,
Periquito.
No, pues con rasgo. Ahorita va a estar Romeo con el pinky así, ¿no? A ver, muchachos.
He's wide awake, dude.
No,
he's falling asleep.
Sí, dude.
Allergies, dude.
Ajá.
Allegedly.
Ajá. Es lo que también decía Maradona, ¿eh?
No fue mano, no fue mano.
You know?
No fue mano, fue manota, ¿no?
That's just crazy, dude. Will always be remembered.
Sí.
Pero so no, Tank. I guess Miguel said que through the app, pero Tank, anything?
Only through the apps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't. The only account I have is I know my girl said that they were around her neighborhood allá en Gurney.
Mm-hmm.
And then un primo también right here on, what is that, by 73rd más o menos. He said que les cayeron a una fábrica over from where he was working.
Oh, shit.
So everybody where he was working at obviously started panicking. Y pues empezaron a ir.
Yeah. So me personally, I know the raids here in California have been for quite some time now. Right. I've only seen them one time physically, and it was because I was at literally a stoplight. They were stoplight coming opposite ways, and then they were in a kind of a newer Ford Explorer, tinted windows, and then they had their little, how they have the mask or whatever on. They were like that, and they seemed like they had a vest. That's the only time I've seen them, and they were maybe 2 minutes away here from my house. Other than that, yes, I've seen reports and I've seen videos. I know they're close by. There's a lot of people that post a lot of stuff, and they keep you updated with where they're at, right? But I physically, after that, I've never seen them, and I do go back a lot to social media and especially the news, just overhyping the fact that yes, immigration is possibly 100% could be in your city, but I feel like it's over, le echan crema a los tacos, as they say, where it's like they inflict so much fucking fear into the community, which is it's sad, right? But it also it's business in itself for them. It
Uh,
profits them 100%.
so like I know that they. So I haven't seen him personally. I've seen him on Como Dices Tú, the news, all this stuff, TikTok, and like pues I'm in like a lot of like immigration like alerts and different groups, right? Which is so many alerts, right? Porque te digo, like everybody's posting them, like photos and like videos and some stuff. So I know they are very active in like in Chicago, especially más con este like I feel like it's más almost of a like um the mayor was against it, the governor was against it, so now we're going more heavily and trying
Mhm.
to do more. Which I gotta say, dude, shout out to Cali because Cali, I know that they said it's a misdemeanor now for immigration
Agents.
officers or yeah for them
To
para que
cover your
anden
face.
enmascarados, yeah. So like it's a misdemeanor, which I know it's not much, but it is a start. Porque like I just think it's like I understand for a safety protocol, but at the same time, it's you also need to give safety to the people, because there's a lot of people that are pretending to be ICE agents,
Mhm.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
whether they're bounty hunters or whether they're up to no good. There's been cases where like people pretended to be ICE and they would uh, I don't know what word to use because I don't want Rome que me regañe y me pegue porque I'm giving them strikes on YouTube. Pero they would SA women uh while pretending to be ICE officers or try to extort people. On some like dame todo dinero and I'll let you go kind of a thing. So like
Yeah.
all that
Extortion.
kind of stuff. Yeah, like it's also for our safety. They should not be allowed to wear masks because this way we're able to know like quién es y quién no es because there's more accountability.
I agree. Yeah, especially in those cases that you talk about. You're messed up and you're going through this some sort of trauma, right? Because I'm
Yeah,
sure it's trauma. And all you try to do is, if they ask you, well, who was it? What did he look like?
And you identify whatever.
You
Yeah.
got nothing, dude. You
Yeah.
got
right.
absolutely nothing besides he had blue color eyes or brown, whatever color eyes he had. I don't know, so and so tall, but a lot of those people fit that same criteria, especially if you can't really see their face. You don't know if they had, facial hair, I don't know, chip tooth or whatever the fuck. But
Right.
definitely crazy. Yeah, I actually learned about that because of you, Miguel. You sent me that TikTok and I was able to see it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that is a start. I definitely agree with you on that. That's a start and I feel like that starts eventually. Hopefully, it picks up within other states, right? Where they be able
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
pass a certain law, and it's at the end of the day to try to protect the community. So
Yep.
definitely, yeah, definitely a start, dude.
And I gotta say también, pues shout out to the governor porque like ya ves que estaba Trump was very very hard on like, oh, I'm gonna send the National Guard, I'm gonna send the National Guard. Y ese güey se puso sus pilas and like people were like, hey, why don't you talk to Trump? He's like, I can't because si le llamo va a estar en it'll be on record that I talked to him and he could use that. So I'm not gonna call him. Todo lo que yo le tengo que decir se lo voy a decir en público y él que lo escuche.
Mhm.
So at the end, like Trump got tired. He's like, you know what? I think they're going to Memphis instead or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like they're like, all right, we're not going to Chicago. We'll go to Memphis. Chicago doesn't want us, whatever of like, oh, we won't clean up their city, which que se vaya la madre da, pero pues now they're going to Memphis or somewhere else.
So
So like,
I was watching TikTok. A lot of people were saying that how like organizations in Chicago mobilize so fast
dude,
and like
hella fast.
how they se juntaron y like within eh, within like a few days or like a day or two, like Trump según declared war on Chicago or whatever. Like yeah, like Tavan everybody was like ready as far as like and like I've seen that like a lot of cities where like or a lot of people in different cities were saying like damn like we should try to mimic that porque there'd be like, for example, like in New York, it's a lot of organizations, pero they don't have that, que se movilizan así de rápido, or like they, like, yeah, um,
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, lo que es LA y Chicago, dude. Like, they don't play, dude.
Dude, just because as far as right now, right? Yeah, we know that he still intends to target every possible immigrant at the end of the day. That's his words, right? But I feel like LA, Chicago was able to kind of learn a little bit from
Yeah.
like the whatever happened here and kind of prepare themselves in a way
Yep.
and be like, okay, this happened over there. It's most likely going to happen here. Let's prepare and blah blah blah. So they're doing it better than I guess they could have done it here. But even then, like it's a positive, right? I'm not saying that
Oh,
LA fucked up in any way, but it's a
right.
positive at the end of the day.
I think every win is a positive because every other city and even organization commits a tank aprenden, right?
Hmm.
Whereas like, hey, this is how we did it. Like take what we did, make it your own. And who knows, you might have to make it even more like more organization porque obviously también they took this loss, they're gonna probably come in harder at the next one. So like you might have to do a little bit more, you might have to like ask for people de otros or otras organizaciones from cerca or algo que lo hagan. Because I
Yeah.
seen that people were like, hey, like this is all the stuff we have. If you don't have it in your city, mándanos un mensaje y te mandamos todo, and you can create it in your own city.
Yeah, yeah, and then I'm sure that it goes back and forth where I'm sure they have some sort of communication amongst like different cities, different organizations, and they're like, okay, yeah, this is what I have. These are the 10 steps that I use. But if I had to start all over, I would have used this also,
Right.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
or modified this in this possible way, and then
Right.
they're just again making it better in a good way.
Right.
Um,
Like
so
what worked, what didn't. Like what didn't work. All right. Well, let's focus on what worked, and let's continue to have like these. ¿Cómo se llama? Contingency plans. Where it's like, si no funciona esto, what's the next
Mhm.
step? What's the next thing we can do?
that's
So I agree.
you have to do. You have to keep doing that.
Got that Batman mentality, dude.
Uh,
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, today I was watching the news, because I don't know if you guys saw like the Mexican parade here in Chicago, like the turnout was like very low in comparison
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
other
yeah.
years,
Mhm.
and for obvious reasons, right? And I was watching on the news that están diciendo que like the organization or los que organizaron el parade, that they had lawyers like spread out as far as like either in the crowd or también part of the
Oh, damn.
parade, just ready in case venía ice, like they could jump in and like start kind of like like in a way representando
Representando people on the spot. Yeah.
yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool también.
Yeah, that's smart, dude.
So I don't know
Yeah.
how true. I don't know how true that is because, like obviously, like you see so many videos on social media that like some stuff is true, some stuff is just a fragment of a different video. Pero uh, obviously, the CPD was told not to participate in assisting, ICE. So I saw a few videos where ICE agents would have people, or they were trying to grab them, and the CPD would go up, well, pretty much like los separaban. But then again, I was like, I don't know if they can do that because they're federal agents.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
federal, dude. They're not supposed
so
to.
like, what's it called? So like, como que los detenían and whatever. I did see that the time that the police force did get a little bit involved, but it was more of an involvement of like, you're not going to tear gas, you're not going to do all this stuff to the protesters. Was it at the holding facility that they had? Was it
Mm,
in it's not in McHenry. I don't know where it's at, but it's somewhere outside of Chicago. Like they had a holding facility, and but they protest every day there, and like but they were shooting like smoke gas, tear gas, all this shit, porque they would prevent the buses to come in or to leave, and the officers. So was ICE agents would kind of get upset, and the police force from there to try and assist. Haz de cuenta que se pusieron como like a barrier between ICE and the people,
The
but they were
people.
facing, yeah, they were facing the ICE agents, like
Mm-hmm.
not the people. They were
Like they
facing
were
the
trying
ICE
to
agents.
control them instead of
Yeah,
usually how it
correct.
is
Yeah,
against the people.
yep.
Oh,
So I was like, I saw that video and I was like, damn, like like stuff like that is stuff that kind of like gives you a little bit of hope.
yeah, I
So
agree.
like, where it's like, like those are the I think those are the kind of videos that people should like share more often, because
I agree.
obviously like there's a lot of people from different communities that are they're all banding together, right? You got like it's not just Mexicans, it's all Latinos, it's like, Caucasians, you got black people, you got people from all over, like Asian people, like all of them kind of like, hey, we're all in this together. And obviously you got your people that are against us, or against immigrants, whatever. And I mean, they look like all colors. There's our people are there too, which is like, bro, like at this point, is like, can we just fight each other?
Sometimes too
Like
close to home, then.
hell yeah, dude. Where it's like, hey, you're brown, I'm brown, los agarramos a madrazos, el que gane
Yeah,
gana, pero
that's
Um,
crazy.
pero so like my thing is that- so for example Friday, right? So also part of last week not recording, although the Guerreros were sick and they had things going on. I also had been working, 12, 14-hour days, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
But Friday cuando salí, um, I ended up meeting up with State Farm Alan, right? He like there was a WWE pay-per-view. We're like, let's watch it. Let's have some some whiskey, some cigars as we watch it outside. It was nice weather. I'm like, oh, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Let's head that way. Ya cuando me fui de su casa, it was around midnight. Um, and I mean, I had never seen it before. But I drove all Pulaski down from like 55th to like 71st. There were like two cop cars, lights on, in every block along the way. And there were cops. Were the they were in the cop car, or just hanging out in the corners or whatever. Like it was. I had never seen that, and I'm like, what's the purpose? Like why?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because it's like Mexican Independence Weekend, and either is it to stop any craziness from happening, to not give motive for Trump to say that Chicago's a dangerous city and all this other bullshit,
hmm,
um, or is it just to kind of keep the peace? Now the streets were empty. Um, I mean, I drove and I'm like, shit, like seems like kind of scary because like there's cops, like I said, every corner, two cops per street, both sides of the street. Y era todo el tramo desde las 50 y tantos que manejé hasta well, ya when you get to 71st is the bridge, by shout out to Zacatacos, that's right there. Se me antojaron unos taquitos, pero dije, no, me sigo manejando. I don't need to stop anywhere.
nah, boy,
Um,
nah, nah. It's
hmm,
it's those nachos, dude.
Fucking nachos, dude.
the nachos
Fuck
are,
yeah.
yeah, they're legit.
Fuck yeah.
Pero yeah, like I hadn't seen that before, and también like the businesses or whatever that were around, if they had a parking lot, they were blocked off, like cerrados, and I'm like, what did they expect? Like a lot of people to come out and fucking be wild and crazy? Like I didn't understand it, um,
Mm.
but that was Friday night,
I,
and
I wonder
then
if
Mhm.
it's you've seen those takeovers.
No.
No,
So Tech knows what the takeovers is. So there's a lot of youth, a lot of young people that are doing these like takeovers, where like
oh, like the fucking like Area 51
yeah,
takeover.
a little bit worse. So like that on like a whole street, and I experienced it. La
They
vez
would
que
do
I
that a
went,
lot downtown, no? With
yeah,
the
yeah,
drag races and
yeah,
all that.
and they drag race, they burn out, they do all this. So
Mhm.
there's groups that they tend to do a lot of takeovers, like, and it's in the randomest places. And te digo porque like when I went to go drop off Caesar una vez, it was 55th and Pulaski, where surround the whole intersection, and they were just doing donuts and like
All due to the
everybody se
takeovers.
salieron.
The
Yeah,
takeovers
like
will take over.
yeah, like
Mhm.
yeah. So that was a whole like we're gonna take over the whole street. So salieron, they're recording, they're doing, and I'm talking about like it felt like it was hundreds of people in that fucking little spot. They're doing donuts. I was able to get out porque like I went through a gas station and ahí me salí. Pero cuando people saw como me salí, more people were trying to do it. So cerraron también esa parte. So like I wonder if it's that where it's like, oh, for Mexican Independence Day we're gonna do
It could be.
takeovers.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. It could be. Just to touch a little bit of the topic, dude. R.I.P. to Charlie, dude. Right? Rest in peace. And I say rest in peace because, right, we don't condone
Rest.
any. We don't condone any violence to anybody. We don't wish death upon anybody.
So, uh,
But
uh,
go ahead, Miguel. That was my next thing.
oh, no. So I was gonna say something that has to do with them, but it's a little bit worse. So I'll let you say your stuff first.
No, that was it. I just wanted
Oh.
your guys' input. Tank, you want to go for it
Oh,
real quick?
Just wish rest in peace. I just said rest.
Como dice Romero, que descanse, dude.
Sí, hasta ahí. Keep it nice and short, dude. Short.
So,
Don't
como
hold back.
dices,
Tank.
como dices, we don't wish death on no
You
one.
don't. No, I mean honestly, don't, dude.
But I mean, I was watching a video that made sense. Like, I'm not gonna celebrate his death, but at the same time, I can't fake that I have the empathy that he didn't have for other deaths, right? Porque seguido decía, like, even for shootings y todo eso, ya es que le preguntaron, and he was like, oh, well, that's sadly a price we have to pay for having the Second Amendment, all right. And he was like, and I think that's a fair,
A couple deaths is fair.
A fair trade.
yeah. So I mean, eso, he said that he didn't believe in empathy, that he thought empathy was a new age word that people made, and that it was causing more harm y todo eso. He seguido made a career out of, kind of like bad mouthing también, like Gaza and everything that was going on there. He, like, supporting Israel in todo eso. So it's like, como digo, I'm not gonna celebrate it, pero también I can't. It doesn't affect me in any way. I'm not gonna cry and, so yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I can respect that.
And I think like we've said, right? We're not gonna celebrate, nobody dying, especially that way, right? Where it's not kind of like quote unquote your time and somebody's doing the thing for you. But to Tank's point, it's like you see all these posts and obviously talking social media where they're like, oh, he's a father, and I get that he has kids, he's leaving a wife, um but again, you can't ask for empathy when they ask him about empathy, he gives that response. When they ask about gun control, he has that response. So when there's other crimes and other people die and or get unalived, sorry YouTube, I apologize. But it's like when things happen that tragic, there's still school shootings that are happening. I think there was a school shooting the day of
Yeah.
when that happened.
Mhm.
You know, and he's saying that that's okay. Like that's the price we got to pay for the Second Amendment. It's like, and nobody has anything to say until like they're directly impacted by it, right? So now one of them, being Charlie, it um, gets unalived in that manner. People are starting to speak up, and it's like, hey, the same conversations have been happening, and there was no empathy for kids at schools, for other unalivings that should not have happened. And now you're asking us to have empathy because he's a father and he has kids, and I get that and I feel that, but I cannot show the same type of empathy you're asking for when we were asking for that for so long, so many examples, and you thought that was the your answer was that's the price to pay.
Hmm.
Now I know, I think if I'm not mistaken, his body was flown in Air Force One,
Oh, Air Force Two.
I think at first too.
Force Two. Okay, so and I'm like, that's still. I mean, to me, it's like, is that really necessary? Again, I get the affiliation with the Trump administration and everything like that. But shit, even Trump, when he was asked, like, how are you holding up? Even did you? I don't know if you guys saw that clip where they
Yeah.
asked him, like, hey, how are you holding up because of this, that, and the other? And he's like, oh, I think I'm doing great. Look at the people over there. They're working on the White House and they're
Yeah,
rebuilding. Like, he didn't like
he didn't care.
address the question with the respect, right? That you would assume somebody would. He was just more worried about like the things that he's
The
doing,
bar.
that apparently the ballroom at the White House that hasn't been revamped in so many years. Trump is making it happen. So let's celebrate that and forget about the actual question at hand. So it's definitely a touchy subject because a lot of people have different feelings and opinions about it, but
Yeah.
seems like we're lined up on this one.
Damn. I was gonna say three, but I got like four or five things right. Thing number one is like obviously, como
I
dice,
thought
no?
you were trying to still squish the
Oh, no,
fly
no,
The
there.
no, no.
fly.
No, I was counting how many things that, like. So like one is like obviously like somebody wasn't alive. Obviously we don't want we don't condone that uh kind of behavior. Um, and as us as human beings, we should always say we don't condone that type of behavior. I know it's easy for us to get away with it, where it's like, hey, like, like the empathy for this, or like they don't show empathy, we don't either. Uh, but the second part is, I was very disgusted by what people were responding to it, and where it's like, people were like, hey, like they right away started uh creating this narrative of like, hey, the Democrats are coming after us. They want a civil war. We're gonna give them a civil war. Like, and like you had all these people. You had Elon Musk. You had Trump. All these people inciting this whole like,
Hmm.
oh, like like we're going to protect. Trump también había dicho. He's like, hey, like like this can't happen, and pretty much saying like that anybody that were to like hurt a Republican politician should definitely face some backlash and something, because they were kind of going with this narrative that it had to be a Democrat that did this, right? Even though history has shown us that it's usually the other way around, but they were really pushing on this like, oh, it's a Democrat, it's a
They had hope,
liberal.
dude. They had hope.
Yeah, yeah. And so they were building this whole ass thing, right? Like Trump was building it, everybody was building it, like, like you had all these people, and then when it all fell flat on their faces, where it was like, hey, it was a Caucasian man. Hey, he was a Republican. Hey, he was at one point a Trump supporter. His whole family were Trump supporters.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody se quedó with like that, like, fuck, we wanted it to be a liberal because we
The
wanted
governor, dude.
to. Yeah, dude, the way the governor said it, where it's like, oh, I wish it would have been somebody outside of Utah. I wish it would have been pretty much a foreigner. I wish it would have been, like not one of our people.
He
And
was
it's like, that's,
praying. He said,
dude, he was praying for it to be a immigrant, somebody that's not white, somebody that's not
yeah.
Republican.
There's
And
some funny videos of that, of, like people making fun of him, like actually supposedly praying. Uh,
yeah, dude,
I
like
mean, that shit was pretty hilarious to me.
it's crazy how they were trying to spin this into this like almost race war, into this like, hey, we're gonna have a civil war. And then part of me got a little worried, right? Once the dust started settling a little bit, I was like, holy shit, like this could be what they use to all of a sudden start trying to filter out what we can and can't say about politicians. Because Trump was saying that, hey, like, that reality TV show, well, that late night TV show host Stephen Colbert and other
Hmm.
people were the
Oh,
ones that
you want an
were,
Emmy?
which he did win an Emmy, bro. Badass speech that he gave.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
my boy, like there was a lot of good ass speeches there, dude. But uh, obviously he was pretty much blaming, Stephen Colbert, all these other people of like, hey, they're radicalizing the left, and look what the left is doing. So now we need to make sure we go after these people. And the way it made it seem, like if you think about it, I was like, fuck, I really hope it's not a liberal Democrat or like a person of color, because they're going to use this, porque they're going to say like, hey, uh South Park is inciting this by talking shit about me, by talking shit about my cabinet. So now we have to like go after South Park and kind of crack down on like qué se puede decir, qué no se puede decir, and then kind of go on this whole bender, right? And that was one of my worries. Another one is like you got all these crazy people that are willing to do a whole bunch of shit because they're just itching for a reason, right? And then the biggest fucking nail in the coffin was who came out and started talking about this very heavily and started getting more of a following. Fucking Nick Fuentes. If you don't know who Nick Fuentes is a guy who Kirk seems like a liberal compared to what Nick Fuentes is. Like Nick Fuentes talks shit about Trump because he is not as radicalized as he wishes he would be. He wants Trump to be even harder on immigrants, harder on everybody else. Like, if it was for up to him, he's like, hey, grab all these people and just fucking throw them in the river, drown them, whatever. He
Damn.
is fucking insane, dude.
He's
Like,
that guy.
dude, he is a problem. And like, I know he had beef
With
with Kirk
the last
because,
name Fuentes.
yeah, with the last name Fuentes, because Los Dos, you could say that they were getting a lot of mucho de la juventud, right? Which Kirk he had his views. I do not agree with them, but they were nowhere near as bad as Nick Fuentes' views. So now Nick Fuentes is trying to gain that like youth que stay like
Mm.
that Kirk left behind, which is what is scary because this guy is really off, dude. Like really off.
Damn.
And the amount of people that were like, MAGA, who feel like, oh, Trump is not doing enough, so now we're kind of like filtering out to this like super radicalized movement is is a pretty good amount, especially because they're like muchos son jóvenes because they get it with memes and all this other stuff. So it is crazy where like como ya ves que we've seen it in like the show Narcos, we've seen it in like carteles where like you cut off one head and like there's a power vacuum and people are trying to come in and take over. So like I know he's one of those people that's trying to come and take over, and it is a little bit frightening with what his views are.
God damn.
So
If it's like that, imagine. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's extreme, dude. That's some extreme
Yeah.
type views for sure. Um,
he's
yeah, something
he
else.
he's out there like and I know he has his followers, which they have a dumbass fucking name, dude. Uh, dude, like it is a dumbass name, which I'm sure Rome already found it.
No, Romero's not even doing
I
nothing
just
here.
see America First.
Uh,
Mm.
the Groyfers,
Oh, mm,
Yeah, that sounds
like
stupid.
Groypers,
Sounds
Groyfers,
stupid.
which it promotes white
Roy Purse.
supremacy,
Yeah,
misogyn, miso.
misogyny.
Who's that?
There you go. Homophobic, anti-Islam, anti-Semitic
Damn.
views. Uh, so a lot of stuff. The neo Nazis. So like,
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a fucking Nazi right there.
You see that?
so
Fuck.
that is who's trying to like como agarrar la juventud and kind of take him towards him, which it is frightening. So like, yeah, like they were like, I guess once the dust settled, is like, holy shit, like something happens, like like now we have a bigger problem.
Yeah. Hopefully
So
not, dude. Hopefully not. Let's
all I gotta say is, at what point, at what point is Tank gonna do something, dude? Like, I want Tank to be the counterbalance of that, dude. I want him to be out there and be like, hey, join my party, dude.
yeah, do something,
We
Tank.
we just chill.
With a pizza
We
party, dude.
we are there for the people. We have pizza parties, whatever, dude. But like, just bring that youth and like make them into little like we have to come up with a name for them, right?
We will.
The I don't know,
Give me a day
tank
or two.
believers,
Tank
tank
dude.
something.
Tankers.
The tankers.
The tank takeover.
There you
dude.
go.
Tank
Mira,
takeovers.
with the aquí tenemos tu presidential song, dude. Ready to go?
Oh,
Shit.
see, there you go.
Rope, dude. I see it, dude.
A crown, dude. Fuck it. I can see you with the crown.
With a crown.
And a
I
girl.
thought like I think all the tankers are ready, dude.
Hey, I'll be. I mean, I'll be part of it, dude.
Ooh, which real quick. Did you see what happened in Nepal, dude?
I did not.
You haven't seen it, dude?
No.
So Nepal came out with this law, right, where they were banning social media
Social media. Yeah.
completely, and it all started because right before the ban, there was the hashtag that was being popularized was the Nepo baby, where they were calling out all the kids of all the politicians.
I saw it now.
Yeah, like they go on vacations, they go on all this stuff, and like was most of the countries on poverty. So the los jóvenes, dude, revolted,
Mm-hmm.
took over the government. I think the House of Parliament, their Supreme Court, all that shit they caught on fire, dude.
Burn them.
They took over the government. The military decided like, hey, we're not gonna stop them. We're gonna back them up. So did the police. So they went and they took over, and then over Discord, they had their votes to see who would
Fuck.
be the next person to run.
I didn't hear that.
So
Yeah.
they chose somebody, and they're like, all right, this is the person that we're gonna have for now until we can get like real elections and stuff like ya con tiempo. And then once that happened, they went and they decided like, all right, all the shit that we did, let's go clean it up. So they cleaned the roads, they fixed the roads, they were painting the roads, everything, and then they just went back to school.
Shit, dude. I didn't know all of that. I remember, yeah, they caught a bunch of shit on fire.
And I guess the one that won was like the first woman prime minister from Nepal.
Yeah, dude. A
Shit.
woman won, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is definitely for next episode, dude. I got to do my research on this because it's interesting for sure.
Dude, it's funny
Look,
because there's a student that is giving like this like
Oh.
speech, and like it's funny because in the comments everybody's like, I don't know, like I feel like he definitely studied the speeches of a certain Austrian painter, no, like
dude, he gave a really hell of a speech, but the way he says it and the way he sounds, it does sound like him, but it is a hell of a good speech. But if you remember, es lo que decían, that is how he got so popular because they were like, oh, what a moving speech. And this guy was it a great speech? It was a great speech. It was like, yeah, this shit is good, but it does sound familiar.
Damn. Bueno, chicos. Already the hour mark.
Real
You
quick.
already know.
Yeah, it's just an hour mark, dude. But there's a lot of stuff that's been happening, you know.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up right now porque I had seen videos of a full Zócalo. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
Dancing for the Gaza
Calle 13.
Casa
Calle
Libre.
13.
Yes. So Residente is the one that had the
There you go.
concert out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And he had the Palestinian family come up there, had the whole Zócalo chanting. Like I had seen initially like just like short clips of that. I was like, what the hell? Like that's super cool to see. I'm like, pero en Mexico, like what the hell? Pero like I just want to know if you guys had seen any of that. So I was just
Hell
looking
yeah,
up a little bit and I mean,
they're
fucking
refugees.
Presidente, yeah.
Yeah, he's always been like that, dude. He's always
Mhm.
like against like anti-government, like for the people. Like he's very out there and very outspoken with when it comes to politics. And yeah, he's always supported
That's got
Palestine. And
what got him kicked out of so many like record labels
Mhm.
and stuff.
yeah, I mean his career is not the same ever since he decided to speak out, right? Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I did see that it was cool for them to come out and kind of for them to be there. But yeah, they were refugees from Palestine, and obviously now they reside in Mexico, which is cool.
Dude, can this is it what's his name at the Emmys? He said that which at the Emmys, dude, that one girl from HBO, which the fact that HBO retweeted it or reshared on TikTok, and I reshared it too. She said, "Go birds, fuck ice, and free Gaza."
Yeah, I saw that shit.
And like HBO retweeted it, and you had so many people that came out and spoke against, against uh, what's happening in Gaza. And you had people that were like, "Hey, I vow not to work with the company if I know that the like the government in any way is profiting from this project, the Israel. I vow not to participate in this." Y uno de ellos era, I think es mexicano, el que dijo.
Diego Luna, no?
No, no.
In the meantime, let me get my question ready, guys. 'Cause
Ooh,
I got
Oh, you
questions.
did have questions. You
I
had
see.
questions.
Just a question. Yeah,
Um,
it's already
Question.
late, dude.
but
It's super
this
late.
girl
It's
that
super late over here, dude.
you're referencing Hannah Einbinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Ah, pues,
¿Listos?
just kind of close that out, dude.
Well,
Stay
Miguel's
safe,
still
people.
Miguel's
Yeah,
researching.
Javier Bardem.
That's the guy?
Yeah, that's the guy that he said it. There's been a lot that spoke against it. And like como dice Ron, Hannah was the one that went out there. There was a lot of people, dude. A lot of people that went and like said pretty much free Palestine, and you know, so proud of them, dude.
Bueno, yeah, I guess to close it out, I have a quick question, right? But
Las preguntas de Johnny Boy.
no, una pregunta, dude, una pregunta.
Oh, una
De-
pregunta de Johnny
Sí,
Boy.
del
Una
maestro
para
Armando,
todos.
una para todos, del maestro Armando Hoyos, dude, que
ooh,
es un maestro, dude,
maestrazo.
maestro. Ahí te va. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, Miguel?
I was,
Dice, qué
I was like,
mamadas,
oh,
¿no?
yeah. I was like, first I was like, ooh, I wonder what he's gonna hit us with. And he's like, the maestro. He was like, oh, damn. I was like, damn, my boy's over here like
Researching?
philosophy time.
No,
You're like,
dude.
hey, what is the meaning of life? No.
Casi, dude. Es que esa pregunta va para eso, dude. Es como
So
algo que no se
one
sabe.
one second before you ask, I have a question. So we used to have palabras de Johnny Boy. It's no longer on the soundboard,
Thank God. That
right?
wasn't meant to be, dude.
Pero what was the 500 balazos for?
500 balazos.
Shout out life stuff questions.
A shot of life stuff questions.
Damn. Over here.
I don't remember what the title of that segment was, but
No me acuerdo de esa balacera, ¿no? Like,
Ahí les va, muchachos.
va.
Si un luchador se avienta las cuerdas, ¿quién se echa las loquitas?
¡Ajá, se mamó!
That's a serious question, dude.
Pues en mi tiempo, it was one of my boys. I can't say his name now because he's a married man, dude. Pero
Motherfucker, you better say it wasn't me, eh? De una vez. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
we said we weren't not gonna say names, dude.
Well, yeah, pero
holy shit!
he's over here. People,
He's
listeners,
Más
Nadie-
íbamos a decir que tenía un
Listen.
really, really bright Stanley, dude, pero nadie dijo
People-
nada. Dude.
people, listeners might assume it's me that you're talking about. So
I mean,
clear the air, dude. Clear the air.
I was thinking of somebody that's not one of us four, dude.
Thank you very much. Okay, you heard it here first.
Pues,
Eh? Listen,
All I gotta say is Como dice, if the shoe fits, no?
No. That was never the thing, dude. That was never the thing. Pero bueno, entonces, ¿a quién se echa las loquitas, dude? No saben, dude.
No, es que un luchador no has to be ready for any fight, dude.
De lo que sea. A lo que venga.
Sí. Muchos
What do you-
dicen que el hoyo aunque sea de pollo, dude.
Muchos dicen eso, dude. That's very true, dude. What do you think, Tank?
Oh boy. Por lo que dijo Romero, dude.
Tráeme el pollo, ¿no?
God damn, dude.
Miguel, do you agree with Romero? Any extra thoughts on that, dude?
Not that. I was just gonna say, like, back in my day, used to be one of my boys that was wild, dude. Can't say I can't put out my boy's business out like that, dude. But I won't say any names, dude. But like, so let's just go with what Ron said, dude. Porque that is more.
Entonces echaba las loquitas, dude.
Más calmado. Yeah, dude.
That's crazy, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know him, dude.
I know. I just wanted to make it sink in.
I know damn well you know who it is.
Bueno, pues entonces nos quedamos con esa, dude.
Stories will say
was
that
attacked him
you
as
were
far
in
as
a
I know,
room
no?
and saw one.
What was that?
Stories will say that you were in a room and you witnessed it.
I don't know. Allegedly.
Some will call it a tag team.
Right? No.
Some will call it a tag team. Some will call it utterly disgusting, dude. I don't know.
It was disgusting, dude.
Could have been a handicap match for all I know.
No.
It was definitely handicap. No?
Yeah.
Los rudos, ¿no?
Yeah, dude. Yo digo que los rudos, dude, for sure. I think I'm gonna put los rudos as an answer. I'll put it in there.
My boy
in the
Johnny
slot,
Boy
dude.
was the special guest referee, dude.
El tirantes, ¿no? Like,
Damn, dude. Putting all my business out there, dude.
He was was it King, the announcer?
Kane?
King,
Oh, Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry. The King
Ah,
Lawler.
yeah.
Ahí estaba the puppies.
Good old days in wrestling, eh? Not in that event. Because that was not an event. Never
And
happened.
I like the fact that you're gonna have to explain that, though.
No, I don't have to explain because it never happened. You guys are just
I know.
making it absurd.
I know a few people that are listening to this will probably ask you, and the thing is, nobody else knows except you because you refuse to talk about it, dude.
Okay. Well, let's move forward.
Eso se quedó entre tú y your psychiatrist, no?
That was it, dude. That was it. Ray, pinche pregunta, ¿no? De Armando Hoyos, así tenía que ser bien chingona. You guys put it on me, ¿no? Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. Espérate, échamelo otra vez porque no sé clearly, dude. All links can be found at todostomanpodcast.com. Síganos en Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Todos Toman Pod.
Did
Pero
TikTok
bueno,
get saved?
TikTok, what?
Did TikTok get saved?
Saved? Yeah. It did.
Porque quedaban 2 días, ¿no?
No, but Trump said que it's staying, dude.
Oh, yeah, see?
Yeah.
Because I know a few days, I think it was like 2 days ago, he was saying that he's like, no, I'm just going to let it die.
Oh, shit.
Or unalive.
No, right.
Well, I mean, this is an app, right? Well, I'm going to let it be unresponsive, no?
I'm not gonna let it update, no?
You see, but I mean, maybe he did save it again. I don't know.
I think he did.
Oh, so they got a sale, according to the Washington Post.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Dude, is that an iPhone you have there in your hand?
Hell no.
That was just a question, dude. You don't gotta respond so aggressively.
Shit.
That was a little too off. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Tank has a drink in his hand and talks a little bit more. No fuera que dice el público, porque aquí ya saben que
Oh boy.
Tank would have been ready with the 12-pack and ready to discuss everything himself.
What the 12-pack?
Shout out to Charlie and
just a
You're the
heads up,
homeboy.
you guys. Halloween is around the corner.
I ain't
thinking
doing
about your
shit. Yeah,
costumes.
no, I'm not doing shit.
Why not, dude? No.
No,
Last time you were like, no, and you said if we did not all come up, and we all fucking killed it. I had 2 costumes.
You fucking did. That's true.
I did a whole fucking
All
wardrobe
right,
change.
I'll buy something. I'll buy a wig and something. Make it easy this time.
I didn't make it
Una
easy,
señora
dude.
tamalera, ¿no?
I'll match your vibe, dude. I'll match your vibe.
Bro, I was dressed like fucking. I was dressed like what's it? The wrestler from Lucha Libre. Then afterwards, I was like the guy
What
from
Lucha Libre?
Mario, King Koopa.
Oh, you were, dude. Weren't you Jesus at some point
Ramses.
too?
I was Ramses. I was Jesus too. The year before that,
Bueno, pues
I
ahí
was Jesus, dude.
tengo
Jesus,
la
'cause
peluca y los zapatos listos para la tamalera. So I just need I just need
No le falta la olla ahí al lado, ¿no?
el mandil y la olla ya listo. La pinche
Ah.
masa la voy a comprar también fresca.
Ese tanque no se mata la risa. Tanque was like all in one. Cuando fue Lord Farquaad, caso cerrado.
Oh.
Yeah, motherfucker was
it
all
was
out.
everywhere, dude.
Dude, but you gotta do a POV, dude. Like,
Ah, ¿quieres mis pies abajo, ¿no? ¿Quieres la cámara de mis pies, no? Bien hinchados, ¿no? Ya ni me quedan los pinches zapatos, ¿no?
Ya te mandamos unos de la Walmart, ¿no?
Los que según dices que eran buenos, ¿no? Que los tenías también. Oh, sí, mira estos, ¿no? Te hacen correr bien rápido, ¿no?
Ahí vamos a pescar, no a correr.
Güey, pero... Pues... ese tiempo no existía Ice, perdón.
El de JCPenney, ¿no? Cuando... No, JCPenney. ¿Cómo se llamaba? Payless. Cuando te ponían los zapatos, decía, córrele.
Yeah, that was a thing, dude. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tank? Anything else you want to add?
Nada más que Johnny pues se puso esos zapatos que tenía y en vez de mira qué rápido corres, es mira, amasa los tamales, you know.
Pues ya tengo, I'm almost there. Got the wig, the shoes. Digo que I just need the mandil and la olla aquí al ladito. So, va chicos.
Ya estamos, muchachos. Ahí nos vemos la próxima semana, ¿eh?
Paz y amor, ¿eh? Cuídense mucho.
Adiós. About to close this.